So, Season 4 is coming, if you didn't know. It is, although you've probably heard nothing about it until this moment. And we have a sneak peek, some stuff to talk about. So leave a like, subscribe. The Snapshot series is the new series that they're going to rock with, I guess, going forward. They seem to have a new series for every corresponding season. And this one is finding pictures online on Getty Images. You know, doing one of these bad boys, save images. And boom, you've got yourself a brand new card series. It's good and bad. It's just like the Charisma series that we saw before. It's all dependent on the picture. For example, the Machado is a fairly cool image. He's a handsome looking guy. I mean, just, do you have eyes? Look at him. Max Fried also looks quite dapper. Then you got Nolan Ryan. He's without a doubt the best of the bunch right there. With the horse, hand over his shoulder. I think that's pretty badass. You got Jim Rice. Fairly cool picture. Then you got Cliff Lee. Old substitute teacher. What is he doing at his nephew's wedding reception right here? I'm not sure. See, that's boring as hell. And then you got Charlie Blackmon, Chuck Nasty. It's hard to find a picture where he doesn't look badass. So these, if I had to guess, are probably going to be these. The Season 3 bosses like we saw last time. Notice there's 6, probably meaning one of them is going to be in the John Donaldson spot. And that's what we're gonna get. More 99s in the XP reward path, which is cool. I saw some people having hope, having faith that these are gonna be Team Affinity cards. I wouldn't get your hopes up too high. I think they're pretty clear in their formula that you only deserve 97s unless you dedicate a large portion of your life to Sony San Diego Studios. So we'll talk about the cards. Machado, he typically has good cards. This is fun because this is back in Baltimore. Of course, has put up great seasons. Now in San Diego. Had a pretty good year in Los Angeles when he went over there in 2018. Max Fried, he's always got a sinker, a pretty nice repertoire for a lefty. Nolan Ryan, some people claim he's BP. Those people are either lying or they're already good enough to where any pitcher they're going to hit well off of. I think he's the kind of guy, anybody with low BB9, you really have to know how to pitch with them because you're going to work yourself into a hole if you keep trying to dot the corners when you can't do that. That's not something that Nolan Ryan cards can do. You got to throw strikes and utilize the pitch speed differentials. Jim Rice, nobody ever cares about his cards. I had one honeymoon phase with his flashback POTM last year, kind of cool. Cliff Lee, I mean, he is like a lefty Greg Maddux. He's got a similar pitch mix. He's gonna throw no harder than 92 miles an hour. You know what to expect from him. Then Charlie Blackmon, I think, is probably the most or second most excited I am out of these 6 right here. I just love his cards. He's got such a great compact swing. I just fucking love his cards. We'll hear about Team Affinity for sure. Like I said, my guess would be 97s. I don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. But I think they've done it 3 seasons now. They do it every event further. I can't really see them changing their mind about that. They seem pretty set in stone that you grind to get the 97s. You get enough 97s, and eventually you'll get the best cards in the game. Which I'm very glad that they did at least make the choice to put some 99s in Team Affinity. I think it's an unreasonable ask in 2 months' time for someone to grind out that whole program, which is fine because you can still complete this. You can still get Team Affinity done after the fact. But then the problem remains that sets and seasons require you to only use these cards for 2 seasons. So is it really worth all the time on one Team Affinity to get a card? I don't know. It's tough. That's been my main gripe with content style this year, is just how much grinding offline that they ask you to do. which would be fine if the cards didn't expire. But then the problem is that these are already 99s. You get that Corbin Carroll, you get this Jose Ramirez right here, and you probably start to not really care about other contents that released, because he's got about as good attributes as anybody else, and he's a switch hitter. And he's cool. I mean, he's a big name. He knocks people out. People want to use Jose Ramirez cards. So that's kind of the hole that they dug themselves into, having 99s from day one. You have a rollover season, a rollover set, which will be season 3 this time. And I don't know, the Twins team is pretty stacked. I run this quite often. Morneau, Hunter, Buxton, Eddie, Arise, Miggy. Those cards aren't leaving me. What desire do I really have to go out and grind for more stuff if it's going to be equal to or inferior to what you have? So there's a lot of questions going forward. I don't want this video to become something that the title didn't suggest. We'll probably make a video talking about how they can improve DD for next year, because it seems, like I said, pretty set in stone that for the most part, things are not changing at a large scale this year. If you don't like it, well, you better get used to it or go play Wii Sports Resort. I'm not sure. I have been. It's actually pretty fun. Pretty good at the archery there. There's a couple good ones. I think Wii Sports cleared, though.